Good morning, sixth grade. I just want to talk about principal parts of verbs. That is the section that we're working on right now. And so I wanted to point out a few things that I hope will make it easier for you. Your present participle is a helping verb, and, is, are, usually. The verb that ends in ing, okay, like am singing. If your verb ends in ing, you must have a helping verb or it's not a verb. Then you have your past form, and then you have your past participle. The participle part lets you know it's going to have a helping verb. So your past participle also has a helping verb, but then it also takes the past form of the verb. Yesterday, I slept. That's the past form of sleep. Past participle would be yesterday, or we don't even have to say that. I had slept all day. Okay, so that's the past form of the verb with the helping verb. That's a past participle. On page 123 in your book, you have columns of irregular verbs. That means they don't follow the rules necessarily. It's a very important resource for you to have as you're working through these lessons. And that very last column will let you know what words need a helping verb and what the form of that verb is. Okay, very helpful. So let's look at some sentences and pick out when there's a problem. He had took his dog to the vet. Okay, this is my verb, had took. I have a helping verb. So on page 123, I'm going to look at that last column and see if took needs a helping verb or not. And I'm going to find that it doesn't. This should be had taken. Okay. The pipes busted in the house. We learned that busted is not really supposed to be used that way. We would say the pipes burst in the house. And I think that those are listed on page 126 for you. Okay. She sang a song. Sang is my verb. Can sang be used alone or not? And if I look on page 123, I know that yes, it can. Sang is used alone. She had sung loudly. Sung has to have a helping verb, so this is correct. Sang is used alone. Sung needs a helping verb. And a lot of this, we're not used to hearing it correctly all the time, and so some of it you have to commit to your memory. You cannot always go by how it sounds. We had ate already, okay? Had ate. We'll look on page 123 at my verb eat. And when I look at that last column, had goes with eaten. We had eaten already, okay? You're also learning about the difference between sat and set, and raise and rise. I sat on the floor. She set her books on the desk. Okay? Sat is when you're talking about yourself, your body is somehow reclining, okay? Set is when you are placing items somewhere. I set my dishes in the sink. I set my coat on the back of the chair. But when you're talking about your own body, then that is SAT. You sat somewhere. Okay, when you talk about raise and rise, the sun rises in the morning. Okay, no one is lifting up the sun. It rises. Okay, it just goes up. Raise is when there's an object. You are lifting something. So I raised my hand. Okay? So in this instant, raise means that there's an object, that you are lifting something up, or someone is lifting something up. Rise just means it goes up. That could be prices. That could be the sun, anything like that. So when you're doing your lesson, your activities, pay attention to those differences, okay? And use your examples in the blue boxes. So be sure you're using page 123, page 126, 124. Those are big helpful resources, and then your blue boxes. Okay, hope that was helpful.